Been chewing on a cinnamon stick. It's supposed to make your blood sugar go down. But this morning the doves were back, and they gave me quite a show with plucking their feathers and fanning their feathers out. So I'm just going to make a little video showing you the doves this morning. This is the 4th day that they've showed up on the peak of the roof in the morning after sunrise, and 2 doves were there again. Now these are Eurasian ringneck doves, so they're a bigger dove than a mourning dove, and they are indeed doves. They have a collar. They're called collared doves sometimes because they have a black ring partially around their neck, kind of like a little collar. So I wanted you to see some of this incredible, beautiful footage from this morning. This is October 15th, 2025. Thanking God for such a beautiful gift. It's only 46 degrees out here, so I'm gonna go back inside. That's why I have my hood on, because it's pretty chilly and feels very much like a fall morning almost. So I'm so happy I got to see them this morning again, and I went outside to film them. I hope you enjoyed this footage of the Eurasian ringneck doves. They're such a beautiful species, and I just adore them. They're very intelligent, and like I said, they would speak back to me and fly over me. Even when we had a workman come in the yard with me, the dove was protecting me, trying to dive over both of us, trying to check out who this guy was. And they're real protective and really sweet and beautiful. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Eurasian ringneck dove. It's also known as the Eurasian collared dove. It's a non-native bird in North America, and it was introduced actually from the Middle East and Europe, which I find very fascinating, and the fact that it's here in Colorado now. It is a pale sandy gray dove, larger than a smaller mourning dove, with a distinctive black half collar in black on the back of its neck, and a square-tipped tail, which is different than a mourning dove, which is much smaller and has a pointed tail. And it has successfully spread across the southeastern U.S. It was first introduced to the Bahamas in 1970 and wound up being in Florida in 1980, and now here it is in Colorado, and continues to expand its range, often found in residential areas near bird feeders and agricultural areas. That's why I think it's such a blessing from God. It's about 13 inches long with a 22-inch wingspan. And the juvenile resembles the adults, but it lacks the collar. And it has brown irises instead of red irises. So that's just some information about this beautiful bird. And here are 2 pictures of one up close, so you can actually see that it's very special and gorgeous. At about 9 a.m., the dove seemed to have disappeared off the roof, but shortly came back, and so is now up there on the peak of the roof again. So I thought you'd find this interesting, that this dove is really from the Middle East, so maybe a blessing from the Holy Land. That's what I think. And it certainly is a sign, I think, of remembering the Holy Spirit coming down in the form of a dove and staying upon Jesus in the Jordan River. And that's what I always think of. But they are very intelligent birds and very protective and very loving. So I just saw the dove fly off the roof and flew across the highway. So I don't know where they're going, but they've been here 4 days in a row. Just basically when the sun comes up, they're there for a couple of hours, and then in the evening when the sun goes down. So that's really fascinating.